welcome back for our second in a two-part kind of almost a mini series, because we've been doing management, but really we wanted to showcase a couple of these agents. In the last one, Darryl, what did you show in the last video?
That was Researcher Agent, which is probably quite a long video, but you'll see the benefits of that. And
I love Researcher. That's all I can say.
Yeah,
I will never researching another way.
No, and it's not often I do that wow moment. I actually play with some tech. That one was a big wow moment for me.
Yeah, for me too. So here's another one that we're going to be talking about. So we're talking about agents, and I'm going to share my desktop here. And so just a couple of quick things before we jump into mine, the big reveal. First of all, when we're talking about agents, you're going to be hearing a lot about agents over the next few months, right? Starting with, we got the Build conference, and already I'm just hearing agents. So you have Copilot as a basis. It's your personal productivity assistant. Our goal is everybody has a Copilot to help them, but agents really then connect to Copilot and extend it within chat, within the ability to push that out. And it's really around that automation of tasks and processes. And we look at every business process will have an agent, right? So different groups will have different ones. That's important. As always, this is all in the UI for AI, which is Copilot, which we'll see. In yours, you showed through the web view, the new UI. I'm going to show I'm going to do it a little different. I'm going to show the desktop version. So it'll be in a more familiar AI, but it's all the same. It's all Copilot chat is what it comes down to. And, as we look at the ways that we're surfacing different agents in 365, you can see the ones that we talked about last one. And then today, it's all part of this Frontier program, right? There's another one, Skills, that we have not looked at yet, but these are available now. And so without further ado, I do have one slide. Analyst is all about data science. And I know when we introduced Copilot in Excel, a lot of folks were like, oh, because that's what they were looking for, really that deep data science view. And Copilot in Excel was really targeted at folks like me that are casual Excel users for our tasks to make it much easier to get those things done. And what people kept asking for is, I want that deep data scientist view. And so here you can see, they call it analyst because now a business analyst, not a data scientist, can get the same kind of information and polls and views as a data scientist would if they went in and spent a lot of time with the data set. And it's using that deep reasoning, the thought action. We saw that in the last video. We'll see it in this. It does leverage Python in there to tackle the complex data queries, and we'll see that run. It'll let us know, which is kind of cool. So instead of using the video, I am going to come here, and here we are. We are in chat, desktop chat. And the first thing that I'd like to show is actually how to get the agent. So if your org has it available for you and exposed, it's pretty simple. You're going to come over here to Get Agents. And it's making me sign back in. Get Agents. There we go. Well, come on. Into the store. Here we go. And I'm going to type Analyst. There we go, Frontier Analyst. So I'm going to select that. And I'm going to say add, which is going to then add it into my chat. So it's adding. And since it pulled me into the web view and it did that, which is funny because now I've got the view like you had on the left.
Yeah.
So, but here it is. So I'm in Analyst. And so it has some suggested, just like anything, suggested prompts, analyze data, get insights, visualize. I could type a prompt in here, but I'm going to select add content because I already have a data set. I've got this spreadsheet. Now, one thing that I did see early on with the preview, you may want to just make sure the data here I have as set as general, right? So classification, early in preview, we were needing to make sure it's set there. So I do have that set to that. But I'm going to go ahead and close this, and I will save that right here. I'm going to say add content, and there's that financials. So I could then say what I wanted to do, but again, I'm not a data scientist, so I don't really know what to do. I'm just going to go ahead and submit this and let it look at the data, reason over it, and do all of its goodness. So here we go. Like you had said in the last video, it takes a little longer than we would see with Excel, right? Going in,
Yep.
But it's doing things at a lot deeper level. Look, already, if I scroll up while it's doing its thing, look at that, it's writing Python.
Yeah, it's the Python stuff. Yeah, very cool.
Visual Basic. It's writing Python, Visual Basic.
Yeah.
Here we go. I'm about to load the sheet 1 data to explain further. Going through. And then the task telling you what it's doing. So I'm seeing its processes as it's going through, analyzing data sheet trends, dumping in Python to do that, writing some Visual Basic, and continuing, analyzing data and trends.
So this is a good tool to use if you don't like using Excel, right? And you're not comfortable using Python in Excel. This could do all your heavy lifting without actually even opening Excel, right?
And here we go. It says now the analysis of the finance has been completed. Here are the key financial metrics. Whoops. Come back here. This is why I'd like using the other one versus my scrolling. There we go. So it has summary of financial metrics. It was still spitting stuff out. So it gives, total transactions, 700 records, blah, 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 notable trends and insights. So sales peaked in months like October. So it's got this whole analysis, some detailed metrics. And then it says, would you like further analysis or visualizations based on the data? And it says you can access the detailed extraction file here. So it also gives that as a download. But I could go ahead and say visualize geographical sale, distribution of sales. And it's going to go in and it's going to start building visualizations again, using a similar process like we saw before. It's analyzing, looking at that data, looking at the analysis here, building Python to be able to actually build that, which is kind of cool. Creating bar chart visualization, finalizing sales distribution plot. Still going.
Got to be close because we've got the new starter prompt showing up, so it must be. Yeah, it's doing its drawing now.
It's building that up there because it tells you actually where it's at. There we go. And so now it's gone through. It's built a bar chart. Would you like further analysis? So I can continue to have it build all this out for me. And like you said, once you've done that, I can come in, I can edit this in Pages. So now I can collaborate with my team, make that available for them. I can copy the response, drop it into a PowerPoint for a presentation. And I can do that for any of the content, these other summaries and stuff up above here. But it's just doing a much richer view. And I love, again, the fact that when we do this, you can see step by step what it's doing, creating discount levels. And then it tells you how it's doing that. Then we get the Python to do that. We get Visual Basic code to set that up and format it. you can really see what it's doing, analyze, and if you need to iterate, you're not doing it blindly. You're doing it based upon the reasoning and writing and coding of the agent.
That's very cool. So I don't need to know any coding, no Python, no Visual Basic. Don't even have to use Excel.
I don't know
Anyone
about
can
you.
do
I'm a
this.
little old to start learning Python. The only Python I
Yeah.
want to see is a python in a zoo. That's about it.
Or Monty Python, right? But that's
Or Monty Python. That's right. I suddenly had a thing. It's but a flesh wound.
it is. But no, I mean, this is awesome because, you know, the Copilot in Excel is very, very good, and for beginners, it's great. But when you get to the more, you know, detailed stuff with Python,
Yeah,
it can be a little bit overwhelming. This is just done at taking all that heavy lifting away.
I've showed this to a couple of orgs, to folks where they were data scientists, and they're like, "This is what I wanted." I'm like, "Well, here you go. This is what you get." So yeah, much more powerful. Great stuff. So that's our two agents. I mean, there's a lot more coming down the pike that we're going to get into and be showing, but that's all I got for this. So you got any last things? Yes.
No, I think this is good. If when you get to Frontier, you know, make sure your users can go play with these.
Yeah, absolutely. So with that, this is Mike
And it's Darryl.
and Darryl. We're getting ready to go eat our lunch. So
I think I've got some network issues, I think. So
okay. Well,
good.
we're closing up. So have a great day, everybody. Take care, and we'll catch you next time.
Yeah. Thank you. Take care.